I got to tell you guys, like I'm fascinated by people's behavior, human behavior. Since I've been doing this channel and also somewhat since I've been doing my report, I mean, it's really become obvious to me how people sabotage themselves. I just had a guy on here comment, I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but I just had a guy, I have to point this out because it's fascinating to me. It's fucking fascinating to me. I just had a guy on here say that, Mike, I'm really disappointed. I really wanted to learn MMT and I was so into it and the stuff you were talking about. But then you said that Trump made a mistake by picking Donkey Face, Howard Lutnick, as his Commerce Secretary. And unfortunately now, Mike, because you said that, which I believe that's intellectually dishonest, I'm just going to have to go somewhere else to learn MMT. I mean, you're free to do that, okay? First of all, I don't think there's any other place where you're going to learn MMT the way I teach it, not just the principles and understandings of MMT, but how that applies to the financial markets. And I'll be honest with you, there are many or some of the top MMT academics who have not come up with or figured out these kind of market dynamics that I talk to you about. But all that stuff is separate. I want to talk about the behavior. If you're the kind of person where you can't parse out something that somebody says, which is not offensive at all, it was just like a viewpoint of mine, and as a result of that inability to separate that out, you are going to now make yourself unavailable to the information. Well, let's say I'm going somewhere else. I'm picking up my toys and going somewhere else. I mean, that is so weak. I don't know what kind of upbringing you had, what kind of parents. That is so weak. And that speaks to a person. Let me tell you what kind of person that is. And again, I'm fascinated with human behavior. That speaks to a person who deeply internally believes that they don't deserve anything good, that they need to exist in a constant state of lack. And when something good happens to them, like for example, this individual, and he's here and he's learning MMT and he wanted to learn MMT, something goes off inside of them, some kind of dissonance, some kind of stress, something that says, I must find something bad right now because I don't deserve this. I need to break off of it. So it was the comment that I made about Trump, maybe making a mistake picking Donkey Face. But I'm sure this behavior, it's not just about this channel and watching my, the stuff I say. It's probably in every facet of this person's life. As soon as something good happens, you find a way to react against that because internally there is a deep-seated belief that you don't deserve anything good. And you will find something, some little thing, some little arcane, meaningless little thing to rationalize you not having the good stuff. You got to break away. You got to avoid it. You got to detach from it because you don't deserve it. That's what that is. That's what that is. And I see this a lot. As soon as something good happens, there are people who will find an excuse to detach from that, to say, no, I cannot have this thing. You'll find anything. You'll find any little excuse. And it's not just about learning this stuff. It could be in relationships. It could be in business. It could be anything. That there's an internal feeling that you only deserve lack, and you will find anything to justify that. That's what that is. Folks, you got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself. This whole thing and life is about behavior. That's it. We could talk about MMT till we're blue in the face. We could talk about information. We could talk about inside information. We could talk about the Fed. We could talk about fiscal flows. It's all about behavior. That's the bottom line. That's what it comes down to. I don't care what information you have. I don't care who's your best friend and how hooked up they are and the connections you have. You could blow that, and you will blow that. If deep down, deep-seated internally, your belief system inside you is that you are not deserving, and you will find something to justify that and to rationalize that. Like I said, maybe Trump made a mistake picking Donkey Faith. Oh my God, I got to go somewhere else now to learn MMT. I mean, it kind of made my day, because it's very important to see these things and to register these things, because we could all fuck up. We could all have elements of this within us. The first step is awareness, right? If you got a bad habit, the first step in kicking that habit is being aware that you're doing it, okay? But that doesn't solve it, but it's the first step. You got to be aware. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye.